Alright, let's get the frick out of here before I get cold. It's not that cold right now. It's 16 degrees Celsius, but the descent might be a little chilly, so I'm just gonna cruise on down. It's like the sickest view ever. You got the Thai flags in front of the mountains. Awesome. Come on, we can't go away. Dude, you're gonna like sever an artery out there. You're gonna like die over there. I'm just thinking about all the things that like the guys were saying to me when I told them I was gonna push on. They were like, dude, you're crazy, man. Like, you can get yourself into some deep shit. But this descent's so chill. I mean, look, the sun came out in the descent, so good, man. It's no worries at all. Woohoo! We're out of the national park. I made my descent. I'm pretty much at the corner of the highway and the road to Doi Inthanon, and I'm about to take that highway back to Chiang Mai. But I'm gonna grab some water inside 7-Eleven, and I'm gonna weigh myself. How much do I weigh after Doi Inthanon? 69 kilos. Now I weighed myself when I first got to Chiang Mai. I was like 76 kilos, it said, that scale that I used. Now that seems like more like my weight, which I'm really stoked on, because when I was in Hawaii, it was around 70 kilos. So, sweet, 169. That gives me more confidence on the time trials. Being like, Edis, you're almost as light as Paul Van's wheel. You should be pushing fast times up the Doi. So, that gives me a little bit of more confidence. So now, since I weighed myself in front of you guys, now it's time to put the liquids in and put on like a kilo. And I got pomegranate juice pouch. Boom. Never seen a man drink a juice box or something? What are you looking at? I just found out it's 57 kilometers from where I was at 7-Eleven to Me A Mall, Chiang Mai area. Yeah. That's adventure riding for you. You do 8 hours of cycling, feel accomplished, and you're like, shit, I gotta get home. Alright, I'll see you at Me A Mall or somewhere that's open for dinner. So Garmin died, phone's dead, 110 miles in, not gonna track the last 45 Ks of the ride, but I don't care, because that's not what I do it for, son. I don't do it for the Strava data. I do it for so many more reasons. So I guess I'll just tell you what are some of those reasons. Well, first off is adventure. Second is fitness. Third is good for the vlog. Fourth, it builds good character. Fifth, it's slimming. It leans you out. So yeah, those would be probably the 5 reasons why I ride. I definitely don't ride for Strava data. No one would ride as much as I do if they just did it for Strava data. You know? You gotta really love the sport. We don't belong anymore. Ah, he dropped his sandal. That didn't last long. Shit. I thought sandals was gonna pull me all the way home, but nah. He was fucking going at a fast clip though. He's going faster than me in the wind. He's back on, he's back on. I guess I gotta pull my turn, fuck. Dude, that guy was really fun to ride with. He rode with me for about like 12 kilometers. We swapped a couple turns, and on his turn, he would like attack me at like 350, 400 watts. Probably didn't know it. Maybe he wasn't even attacking me, just taking his turn. And I'd have to like close the gap on him slowly, as he would just fucking sprint, man. He's a strong guy. And then like I was like trying to chase down motorbikes, and he would still sit on my wheel while I'm chasing him down. So I'm like pushing like 350 watts just to get on the motorbike wheel, and he would just like still chase me while I'm chasing the motorbike. So fucking fun. Dude, I'm like off my chops. Like I can't stop vlogging, and I'm just like full gas. I mean, not full gas, but like endurance wise, like I'm keeping up a really good pace. Like I feel so fucking strong. It's like the endorphins, the adrenaline, and then the sugar on top. Like I feel so fucking high. happening.
Come on, we can't go away. We don't need them. We don't need them. Oh.
That's alright.
Andrew, I got a burrito.
You did it. You succeeded.
Yeah.
You should reward yourself after this going empanadas ride.
Yeah. I'm kind of rewarding myself with a little bit of oil in the wrap. And then the beans. I mean, it's not as whole foods as I like it to be, but I deserve it. I got a bowl and burrito. I'm gonna chow down. What really is gonna get you lean and fit is like pushing the big watts. Like, I mean, look at the pros. I mean, they eat whatever the hell they want, really. But they push the big watts, their body is gonna adapt and they're gonna look shredded. I mean, oil-free would be the way to go for performance too. You don't want something called lipemia in the blood, which is just like thick blood, red blood cells getting clumped together, and then they don't transport oxygen to the cells efficiently. I mean, oxygen plays a crucial role in performance. Alright, we got Andrew on the camera. I'm gonna try this burrito. My first burrito at Me A.
It's so awesome.
Alright, I'll see you at home. I'm gonna give you my best tips on doing doi empanadas backside. Alright, I'm quickly gonna sum up my ride today and give you my best tips and advice on conquering Doi Inthanon climb here in Thailand. The easy side and the hard side, aka backside. So first off, we're gonna go into nutrition. Objectively, you wanna go with 1 gram of carbohydrate per kilo body weight per hour. Pretty sure that's what Harley and Paul recommend. But personally, I definitely don't count my calories, and I feel like I probably eat that much too, maybe even more. But I just eat based on my, you know, body's desire to want to eat. You know, but I'm never waiting till I'm hungry or like ravenously hungry. Maybe slight hungry is okay, but if you're ravenously hungry and you've waited that long, usually you're already bonked or you're about to bonk. So I like to eat, like, if food is available and I feel like I could eat some food and I would enjoy it, then I would. I would never force food down if you don't want it. Because in the past I find that like it kind of takes away from riding. If you obsess about it too much, it doesn't make it as fun. But just, yeah, if you're not in tune with your body, go by that ratio. And if you are in tune with your body, then just eat as much as you care for. So hydration, you want your urine to be clear, but usually that's pretty difficult on long epic rides, especially in the Thai heat. I just try to drink enough water to not get thirsty. I mean, usually when you do get thirsty, then yeah, you're gonna have like a type of sensation of bonking. So yeah, anytime you run out of food, anytime you run out of water, or you just can't handle endurance, you're gonna feel something called like a bonk. And I don't feel like bonking just comes from, that sensation of bonking doesn't just come from not eating enough carbohydrates. I'm pretty sure people talk about it as the reason, that's why it's, you know, called bonking. It's just based on food, but I think it's many other different reasons. So hydration, yeah, just drink up, never want to get thirsty. It's the same with food, you know, if you can drink water, then drink it. You know, you never want to force it down, but if you feel like taking a sip of water, do it. You know, and I think the proper amount of water to drink, if I give you an objective number, would be like, in the Thai heat, it would be like 1.5 liters per hour. And then just base it on that, on what climate or temperature you're riding in. So that would be my tips on water. Endurance fitness, endurance background. To conquer the Doi Inthanon climb, I think you do need a threshold of around 200 watts. And if it is around 200 watts, you're going to need proper gearing. So you're going to need MTB cranks and a 40 cassette in the back. I don't think you can do it with just a 40 cassette in the back unless you're super light and you're like under 60 kilos. Now these are like rough approximate numbers. You might be able to prove me wrong on these numbers, but this is just what I'm thinking in my head would work and what would happen. But generally, if your threshold's around 250, 260, I think you can do it with just a 40 cassette. You might, even depending on your strength, how strong your legs are and how well you can grind, you might be able to do it with a 32 cassette. But I would definitely recommend a 40 cassette if your FTP is under 275 watts. Another thing I want to address is just like what kind of endurance background you need, what kind of endurance training you need to do leading up to this ride. You know what I like? The comparison that Harley made. If you can ride up Doi Pui twice with ease and just like, you know, you can just do it effortlessly, then you're probably ready for Doi Inthanon. I love that comparison actually. I think that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, you just want to have some long rides in the bank. Like, you know, it'd be nice if you've done like a 160 kilometer ride, 200 kilometer ride, and you've done some big climbs, at least like 6,000 foot climbs. That would prep you well for the Doi Inthanon climb, because Doi Inthanon climb is like it's about 2,500 meters if you're doing the easy side. If you're doing the backside hard side, it's about 3,500 meters, I would say, around there. So yeah, so those are my best tips I could give. And one fun comparison for myself personally, now doing Doi Inthanon, like, you know, what are years of training coming from, you know, last year's bike festival, and just doing all these like epic rides in Hawaii, like climbing Mauna Loa and Mauna Kea, and like how I'd compare Doi Inthanon to Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa is that Doi Inthanon is easier than Mauna Kea for sure. Mauna Kea I think is the hardest climb I've ever done. I haven't done all the climbs in the world, but I think it might be the hardest climb in the world. And Mauna Loa would be kind of equal in regards to difficulty level for backside Doi Inthanon to Mauna Loa. Because not only is Mauna Loa is the same height as backside Doi Inthanon, Mauna Kea is higher, but the thing is altitude. Even though you're climbing 11,000 feet on Doi Inthanon, you descend quite a bit. And you know, the first 3,000 feet are like rollers to get to the start of the Doi Inthanon climb. So that, you know, that affects the altitude. You know, you're actually not that high in altitude. If you think you're climbing 11,000 feet, you're actually not 11,000 feet above sea level. And like, you know, when you get to the top of Doi Inthanon, it's 2,500 meters, which is, you know, around 8,000 feet of climbing. And 8,000 feet of climbing, altitude doesn't really affect you that much. But Mauna Kea, 13,800 feet, 4,500 meters up, almost double the amount of elevation as Doi Inthanon. The altitude fucks you, man. Like, people have to sit, like, they recommend for people to chill at the visitor center at 9,000 feet, 3,000 meters, just to adjust to the altitude so they don't have altitude sickness up there. So imagine trying to ride a bike all the way up there. It's absolutely brutal. And another thing is that the Doi Inthanon backside, it gets steep. You know, there's some steep ramps. There's like 15% average grades and ramps up to 20%. At some points, I don't think it ramped up that much to 20, just based on feel. But yeah, like the gradients don't stretch for a long time. Towards the end, there were some long stretches of steep grades, but not as long as Mauna Kea's. Mauna Kea will have like, you know, 5-kilometer stretches at like an average grade of like, you know, 14-15%. So Mauna Kea takes the win on that one. So I just wanted to share that for my own amusement. But anyway, I'm gonna end this vlog here. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helps in conquering the Doi Inthanon climb. I know there's a crew that's going out there tomorrow. This vlog's probably up before you guys go out. Hope you found this motivational, helpful, and good luck tomorrow. And anyone else watching way in the future, hope you get to do the climb sometime. Aloha, see you next vlog. Peace. Oh shit, last couple tips. So the power bank, want to bring a power bank so your Garmin and your phone don't die, just like mine did today. A power bank is one of these devices. I just got this one from Radio Shack, but basically you charge this thing up and then you use your outlets for your iPhone or your Garmin. You plug it into this, plug the other end into your units, and then it charges it up. And then you can get different levels of charging time, charger power and time. Done, finito, it's over.